In this video, we'll be hacking Starbucks Wi-Fi using nothing but this little guy right here, this credit card-sized microcomputer, a Raspberry Pi. Now, when I say hack, what do I mean? Because Starbucks Wi-Fi, as we all know, is free. Well, you see, I'm not really hacking the Wi-Fi. I'm hacking you. I'm hacking the people. I'm gonna steal your data, steal your internet traffic. I will own you. And I kind of feel guilty because I do believe a coffee shop is a place where you can feel safe and drink coffee because coffee is wonderful, but no. It's dangerous, and I'm about to show you. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Network Chuck. Let's get right into hacking. Now, I've been recently teaching my kids, my daughters, how to use Linux. And Linux is what we'll be using to hack and attack you at Starbucks or a coffee shop or an airport, wherever you are. I'm watching, I'm gonna get you. And my daughters will too. So, let's go. Now, disclaimer, do not do this to someone without their permission. In my example, I will be hacking at Starbucks. I will be using Starbucks Wi-Fi, but the person I'm hacking, they agreed to it. Mostly because they have no idea what I'm doing, and second, because she's my wife. I have two goals in this video. One is to get you super stoked, excited about hacking. I want you to start hacking. I want you to hack your family, your friends, your acquaintances, your coworkers with permission, but it teaches you about security, and that goes into number two. I want to make you scared. I want you to be absolutely terrified of going to any public place and connecting to Wi-Fi and not having a VPN. The best way to protect yourself from people like me, people like you maybe. The VPN I use to keep myself safe and my family safe is NordVPN. They are the sponsor of this video, and if you use coupon code NetworkChuck or go to nordvpn.org/NetworkChuck, you get 75% off a 3-year plan plus 1 month free, which equates to like $3 a month, so a pretty good deal. This is a final sale and it's expiring soon, so hurry up, link below. Later in this video, I will show you how NordVPN will protect you from my attacks. I'll launch it and then you'll see, whoa, I can't touch you. So I take my hacker daughter with me and we go to Starbucks and we get set up and we set our sights on a target, my wife. We get our hacking station ready. So we plug in our Raspberry Pi, we get logged in. You'll notice the one I'm using actually has a little LCD screen on it, and I use a wireless keyboard to access it, so it's awesome. The first attack we're going to use is something called an evil twin, which is as fun as it sounds.
Come and play with us, Daddy.
So here's what we're gonna do. So when my hacking target, or my wife, comes into Starbucks, after she orders a drink, the first thing she does is connect her iPad to a network. A wireless network, right? So she can get internet and, Facebook and Instagram, whatever. Ideally, she'll connect to the real wireless network at Starbucks. It's actually named Google Starbucks. This is often referred to as the SSID. So normally, she'll connect to this, be good to go, that's fine. But not this time. This time, an attacker's coming in. And with an evil twin attack, what I'll do is I'll take my Raspberry Pi and I will turn it into a wireless router. And here's where the evil twin comes into play.
Come and play with us, Daddy.
I will name my wireless network something to do with Starbucks to try and get my wife, my target, to connect to it. So what I did is I named mine Starbucks. I set my SSID to Starbucks. I'm broadcasting in this coffee shop. I'm sitting right there. And as long as I can get my target to connect to me instead of the real wireless network, I've got her. Now, the first thing we did with our Raspberry Pi is we connected it to the real Starbucks network, so we could get internet access. Now, why is that important? Well, when we create our fake wireless network, our evil twin, we want them to think they're not being attacked, right? That's the point. So we want to give them internet access, and we're actually going to let some things go through to the real internet so they don't know anything. And then once we're connected, I then start my web server. And I'll get into why I'm doing that here in a bit, but I actually do have a website running off of this little Raspberry Pi. I'm doing that too, it's crazy. You should get one of these. And now we need to gather some information. Now, it's important that when you have a Raspberry Pi and you're trying to do some attacks like wireless attacks, you'll need a little wireless adapter like I have here. It needs to support monitor mode. So what we're doing here at the coffee shop is we are setting up our wireless interface to monitor everything around us. We can pick up who's connecting to what wireless networks there are. So we're doing that now. And I'm doing this with a tool called AeroDump, part of the AirCrack suite. And once I have my information, I go and I start to create my fake wireless network. I'm using a tool called HostAPD, one of the best ones you can use on the Raspberry Pi, and I modify my SSID or my Wi-Fi name to match what I wanted to match. Now I could have done Google Starbucks, but I didn't, and I'll explain why here in a moment. I just chose to use Starbucks, hoping I could lure some people to connect to me. So I configured it, but before I start it up, I want to set up a few other things too. I want to set up DHCP, which will give my victims an IP address. You need an IP address to connect to the internet, right? So it'll hand out an IP address, and then I'm using a tool called DNS Chef to do what's called DNS spoofing. I'm hacking their DNS so that when they go to maybe netflix.com or starbucks.com, they won't go to the real website. What I'm going to do is make them go to something else. In this example, I'm making them go to my web server, my website. So with my DHCP setup and my DNS setup, time to start my AP and launch my attack. And now we just wait. So as you can see here, I successfully tricked my victim, or my wife, to connect to my fake network. And from her perspective, everything is golden, right? She connects, she is on the internet, and then she opens up her web browser. But this is where things get a little interesting. I want you to notice something here. Notice under the DNS window, I'm able to see every single website she's visiting. I can see everything she's doing. I could even, with other tools, find out what password she's going to use to log in with. I basically own her life right now. Now here's where the DNS fun comes in, my DNS spoofing attack. I have my DNS chef set up to make starbucks.com go to my own website and watch it happen here. It's amazing. Boom, just like that, Starbucks.com no longer is owned by Starbucks, it's owned by me because she's connected to my network and this is my world. Same thing goes for IKEA or whatever website I decide to impersonate, you're going to my website. Now what you just saw was super easy to do. I only did this using 3 tools and wow, I owned the network. If I would have sat there all day, I guarantee you I would have had a number of people connecting to my network. I would have seen all their internet traffic and I can make them do whatever I want them to do. It's pretty crazy, and this could happen anywhere you go, from Starbucks to airports to your business to your home, anywhere. So how do you protect yourself? The best way to protect yourself is using a VPN. And my wife Abby realized that, so she went to the App Store, downloaded NordVPN, set it up, launched it, and then tried to go to a few other websites. Now I want you to notice that at this point she's still connected to my fake network, but I can't see anything. Notice under the DNS information, what was being crazy matrix populated before, like with all the websites she's visiting, now it's a ghost town. I don't see anything because she's protected. All her traffic is encrypted or hidden from attackers like myself. And if she tries to go to one of the websites I spoof, let's say target.com, she gets there just fine. I can't spoof her DNS anymore. She's safe. Now the evil twin attack, I mean, how cool was that? You can mess with your family, your friends, whatever, just don't do it illegally. The evil twin attack is one of the most popular and oldest attacks out there. I tried some other attacks at Starbucks, like ARP poisoning or denial of service, and I couldn't do it because they are pretty dang secure. So Starbucks was pretty secure, and so was McDonald's and a number of other places I tried. So I decided to go to a regular, good old coffee shop, the places that I go to. These places don't have a huge enterprise IT department with multiple locations, right? This is just a coffee shop owned by one person, and they set up a basic wireless network similar to one you might have at your house. And these guys are ready for an attack, and that's what I did. So I took my 2 daughters and we did the same thing. We went to a place called Conversations Coffee House, a great coffee house I love, and I attacked their wireless network. Now we get to have a lot more fun at Conversations Coffee. Why? Because, well, they're less secure, which means I can do more attacks. So I redo the evil twin attack because I want to show you something cool. It's called a deauthorization attack. It's sick. So check it out. Now, I'm doing the evil twin attack, but the same principles apply. I'm setting up a fake AP, or access point, or Wi-Fi network.
Come and play with us, Daddy.
Nefariously, but this time I'm going to copy the SSID or the Wi-Fi name exactly. So the legit Wi-Fi is Conversations Wi-Fi, and I named mine Conversations Wi-Fi. And the main difference in this situation is that Chloe is already connected to the legitimate Wi-Fi. But that's about to change, because in this example, I'm going to make her disconnect. So in this process, I will set up this fake network. I'll have it broadcasting, I'll have it good to go, ready to hack them, but then I'll use my Raspberry Pi to do something called a deauthorization attack, which will actively send information to the router and to Chloe's iPad, or actually my iPad in this example, to make her disconnect. Actually, I should probably use red for that. Haha, gotcha. And the idea here is that my wireless router here is broadcasting with a signal that's higher than the one here. So when she loses the connection with the real Wi-Fi, here I am with a stronger signal, and she'll connect to mine instead, automatically. She won't even notice it. It's pretty devious, right? So let's do it. So same story as last time. We get to our location, we set up our attack, we log into our Raspberry Pi, we connect it to the internet so we can pretend to be a real network. And then we do our research. We launch Arrow Dump and we look at all the wireless networks available to us. Now this is important because we want to copy the conversation Wi-Fi network exactly down to the channel they're using, the Wi-Fi channel. So we scan the area, we find out the name, we find the channel, and then we do something a little different this time. We dive a bit deeper, we change our command and look at clients or iPads and phones and such connecting to this network so we can see what they're doing, get their information so we can attack them specifically. So in this case, to run our attack, we're going to get the MAC address, or the physical address of this iPad, kind of like the home address. Different from the IP address, the MAC address will never change. And once I have that information, I'm ready to set up my fake network. So I'll set up my fake network and I'll launch DNS, DHCP. I am using a different software this time to run my wireless network. It's called Airbase. And it's a quick and dirty way to set up a wireless network. Perfect for when you're hacking, right? So we set that up and notice I already have some customers connecting to me automatically, which I'm like, oh, my bad. I'm not trying to attack you. They're connecting to me because I am a more powerful signal. And that's what your devices are constantly trying to do. They're constantly trying to find a better connection. And if they notice a better connection, they're gonna switch, they're gonna roam to a new AP. And I'm impersonating the real one so they don't know a difference. Like, oh, this guy looks good. So I'm hacking. But Chloe on her iPad is still connected to the good network. We want to change that. So we're going to launch a deauthorization attack, which will make her disconnect. And what we'll do is we'll send frames, deauthorization frames, to both the router, the real router, and Chloe, and it'll make them disconnect. And when she comes back up, as we can see here, she should connect to me. And yes, she is. She gets an IP address, she is starting to track DNS information, and let's look at her IP address now. Yes, it's different. So before it was a 172 address, now it's a 192. My network. I am the boss now. And just like before, using my DNS chef, I can make her, if she goes to starbucks.com, go to my website. And she thinks she's at Starbucks, even though it looks nothing like it. But still, I want those views in my YouTube videos, so I can make everyone go to my website. And then just like before, using NordVPN will protect you. Even if you're connected to a bad, nefarious hacker network, NordVPN will shield your information, protect you, and will even prevent you from being attacked on like a DNS spoofing attack, where I try to trick your DNS. Now there's one more attack I want to use, and I could not do this at Starbucks or McDonald's or any of the other places I tried, but a regular coffee shop with a regular Wi-Fi network, I can absolutely do this. And this one's really fun. You may want to end up doing this on your friends and your family with permission, before or afterwards, is not up to me. But this one's really fun. And it doesn't involve setting up a wireless network. You connect to the same network, but you attack them on that network. And this one's dangerous because you might be connected to a wireless network that you connect to all the time, and you think you're safe. But then if a hacker gets on that network, they can attack you and basically own you like we've done before. Let me show you what I'm doing. Now the secret sauce of this attack is called Arp Spoofing. Let me show you what I mean. So my Raspberry Pi is no longer a wireless router, so I'm gonna get that out of here. No, get out of here. But I still have the goal of seeing all of Chloe's traffic, all her internet traffic, all that she's doing on the internet. So how do I do that? Well, it's Arp Spoofing. This is so cool, check it out. So she's connected to the wireless conversation Wi-Fi, or conversations Wi-Fi. When she wants to go to starbucks.com, she goes to starbucks.com, the real one. But now we're gonna interrupt that. Using a tool called Ettercap, I'm going to trick Chloe, or Chloe's iPad, into thinking that I am the router. But to understand how I'm doing that, we need to cover what ARP is. ARP. What is this thing? It stands for Address Resolution Protocol, and it's something we use every day. So for Chloe to get out to the internet, to go to starbucks.com, she needs to talk to this guy right here, the router. Well, in order to talk to the router, she first has to know his IP address, which she gets through DHCP. We know this belongs to 172.27.1.1. What she doesn't know just yet is the MAC address, the physical address that belongs to this router. Anything that connects to the internet has this MAC address, this physical address that identifies it. So Chloe's iPad will send out this ARP packet, ARP, saying who has the IP address 172.27.1.1. And the router will say, yes, I do, it's me, and respond with his MAC address, which will look something like this. And let's say Chloe's IP address was 172.27.1.132. The router will do the same thing, saying, hey, who has 127.1.132? And Chloe will go, me, I have it, and respond with her MAC address, blah, 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 whatever it is. The router needs the MAC address of Chloe, Chloe needs the MAC address of the router so they can know how to get to each other, so they can know how to talk to each other. We're going to abuse that relationship. We're going to abuse that communication. Using Ettercap on our Raspberry Pi, we will send our own ARP packets, our bad ARP packets. We'll send a bunch to the router saying, hey router, I am 172.27.1.132. We're saying we're Chloe. So if you want to send Chloe something, send it to me. Then we'll also send ARP packets to Chloe. Say, hey, Chloe, I am 172.27.1.1. So Chloe thinks I'm the router thinks I'm Chloe, and suddenly I'm in the middle of their conversation. I'm eavesdropping. This is often referred to as a man-in-the-middle attack, because I am the man in the middle. Now everything Chloe wants to say to the internet is flowing through me to the internet router, and the router is flowing everything it wants to say back to Chloe from the internet through me to Chloe. This is important because now I can see everything Chloe's doing. I can capture all her passwords and traffic, and I can manipulate her traffic, like we did earlier, where I forced Starbucks.com to go to my website running on my Raspberry Pi. So let's do that attack right now. So to set up our attack, I'm going to connect to the regular Conversations Wi-Fi network. Not doing any hacking just yet, but what I am going to do is scan the network to see if I can find anybody I can attack. I'll do this with the Nmap tool in Kali Linux, and what this will do is scan for people out there. And now that I've scanned it, I can see, oh, here's some IP addresses. It even tells me what type of device it will be. And I know I'm trying to connect to an iPad. So I already know Chloe's IP address, so I'm going to pick the .132 to set up my attack. Now this Ettercap tool is going to be doing two things when I launch it. It's going to be doing the ARP poisoning or ARP spoofing I just showed you. So it'll be telling the router that I'm Chloe. It'll be telling Chloe that I'm the router. And it's also going to be doing some DNS spoofing like we did earlier with the DNS chef. It's going to be saying, hey, if you want to go to Starbucks, I'm Starbucks. Hey, if you want to go to IKEA, I'm IKEA. So let's launch that command right now. Now, as you can see, when Chloe goes to Google, Google still works. I can see her going to Google, notice that. But when she goes to Starbucks.com, it goes to me. When she goes to IKEA.com, it goes to me. I'm in control, I call the shots, and you can't do anything about it. Or can you? Let's see what happens when she invokes NordVPN. She launches NordVPN, she connects and creates a VPN connection. Is she safe? And look, it works. The VPN has protected me from this attack. Chloe is currently being attacked, but me as the attacker, I can't see anything. I can't affect her DNS. I can't change anything. So moral of the story, use VPN. Now this attack is fun. I encourage you to try it out. I don't encourage you to use any of these tools illegally. That means doing it to someone without their consent, but they are fun to mess with. Do it on your home network. Mess with your family, mess with your friends. Oh, it's so fun. You can even do a denial of service attack, which will actually prevent them from being able to access anything. Whew, man, hacking is fun. Exhausting, you need coffee for it. But really not much else. I mean, I hacked Wi-Fi using this little bitty microcomputer at Raspberry Pi, and it really wasn't too hard. This video is more demonstration. If you want a detailed walkthrough of how I did all these attacks, I will have a walkthrough posted below. It'll either be a blog post or a video. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that yet. But hacking really isn't that hard. Like anything, it just takes a bit to get used to and learn. There are a few things you have to learn, right? But once you get a little taste, you're addicted, right? It's amazing. So I hope this video inspires you to start hacking. Pick up a Raspberry Pi, install Kali Linux on it, or even just install it on your Windows computer, which you can do, or set up a virtual machine and just start playing around. It'll teach you about, first of all, Linux, which Linux is amazing. It'll teach you about security. Security is so big right now. If you are looking to get into the IT field, security is amazing, and you'll make just a ton of money doing it. I mean, trust me. And I also hope this scared you a bit. Connecting to a public Wi-Fi, no matter where you are, if you're not using a VPN, you are vulnerable. You are. And not just you, your family members. So if you don't already have a VPN that you use, I would encourage you to get NordVPN. That's what I'm using right now. Again, coupon code NetworkChuck, or go to nordvpn.org/networkchuck. You'll get 75% off, 3 years, plus a month free. Pretty good deal. I mean, it's $3 a month. And it just keeps you safe. Peace of mind. The attacks I showed you today, the hacks, they're not that hard for just a novice like myself to implement, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. You can do so many things, and as you become a more experienced hacker, you can do a lot more. I mentioned that Starbucks, their network was pretty safe, and McDonald's is pretty safe. I couldn't ping other hosts on that network, which means I couldn't reach other hosts. So all I could do was an evil twin, but that's bound to change. There's vulnerabilities that hackers discover every single day. So having a VPN protects you, it encrypts your traffic, and plus NordVPN's awesome. Like, watch this. I set this up and it's so cool. Hey Siri, protect me. It auto connects me to NordVPN with a Siri command, which is cool. You can also have it set up to where if you go outside your home and connect to Starbucks or your airport or something, it'll auto connect to VPN from your phone, your tablet, your computer, so you don't have to worry about it. You're just protected. Hackers are real, they're out there, and you could become one right now. And what I've shown you is kind of a method to become a white hat hacker, which is what you should be. Learn how to hack things so you can learn how to protect things. So you can help other companies protect themselves. I mean, that coffee shop I went to, I feel kind of bad because I should have told them about the vulnerabilities they have. I could have helped them protect themselves. And also, that's bonus points for you guys. I know some of you already know how to mitigate these attacks. So that coffee shop, what could they have done to protect themselves from the attacks I used? What could they have done? Let me know below. Also, are you interested in hacking? Do you want to learn more? I am putting some courses below you can start with. Learning networking, learning security, getting your Security Plus, getting your CCNA, getting your CEH. All those things will help you become a boss security admin. And also join my community, join Discord. There'll be a link below. I got a ton of information security professionals in there. They will help you get going down the right path. Well guys, that's about it. I so appreciate you watching this video, sticking with me, and I'll catch y'all later.